Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, get comfortable. It's about to go down.
La, 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 la.
Oh, yeah. We here. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I will be your host for the evening. I am Elemental. Happy Monday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We do this every Monday. Can you believe this? We've been doing this for 166 weeks. That would be 1,162 days. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? But here we are yet again, pushing, right? Like I said, we do this every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams and would like to join us in the Zoom, the number is on your screen, 279-995-364. Trust and believe, it is truly a different atmosphere inside the Zoom. Jump in, join the community, interact with the poets. Really, it is the hypest night of the week, and you will see why. You will hear me continue to say that, right? We do this week after week, thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute, or by hitting the Cash App at $ New Eurekan Poets Cafe. It is going to be a great night. I'm telling you, I see the Dapper Jit getting down. It's going down, for real. Shout out the dopest super tech in the building, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Make sure you're plugging in with Ron Mark Thompson. Also, make sure you are following the squad. It's Ray James. Listen, you'll hear that. Paul Conqueso, Storm God's in the building. You will hear that again. Listen, it's going down. Listen, Elemental, it's going down. There's so many things going on, folks. Truly plug in with the squad. There are so many things going on. All right. Tonight's theme, bad moonshine rising. Oh my goodness. Happy National Moonshine Day, by the way. And of course, the prohibition, right? So many things were birthed from these two things, right? From moonshine and the prohibition, right? Bootlegging, some would even say organized crime was birthed out of these two things, right? So I'm looking to see how everyone uses their poetic license this evening to, look at this theme. I'm looking forward to it. All right, y'all. Next week's theme coming at y'all, right? And I know I got to do better about posting the themes coming up. Here comes at y'all. Coming at y'all. Next week's theme. Roses are red, the color of passion. This just happens to be National Red Rose Day, right? But what images come to your mind, right, when you think about roses are red, right? I mean, clearly, you know what I mean? Some of the most iconic poems, right, as children, we can think of start with roses are red, violets are. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the answer to that right there, right? Of course, right? But when you think about that now, as we are, right, roses are red. Also the color of passion, because red tends to be connected with the color of passion. So I'm looking forward to what everyone conjures with this theme. It's going to be a great evening like no other. Let's get to it, right? Yes, there are rules in this space. Let's get to them so we can get to the poetry. Poets, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your poetry performance. And of course, folks who know me, I know how, I want to see how you freak out your backgrounds. All right. So please make sure you are turning your cameras on before you get ready to rock. Also, in that preparation, make sure you have your poem ready. If you're going analog, dog ear the page. If you are going digital, make sure it is ready and accessible for you to pull up when you are called. If you're using music, which is absolutely beautiful, right? First of all, make sure your original sound is on. Secondly, make sure it's original music. All right, original sound, original music. You're good to go. All right. Then we will make sure we hear everything that you are bringing to us. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our streams in any way. So make sure it's original with original sound on. Poets, you have 3 minutes to rock. All right. You also have a 30-second intro. Let the community know how they can plug into all the things that you do, everything that you have coming up. Really, this is the greatest community in the world. And before you rock, make sure you are changing your Zoom name, right, to coincide with all the things that you want people to connect to. Trust me, you want people to connect in this community. All right. So make sure you are making it easily accessible for your community members to connect with you. We have reached night 30 for the babies, folks. The founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in every single vein in all that we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate people, which will not, I say not, be tolerated, there is no censorship, y'all. Trust me. There are some explicit lyricists in our communities. Listen, they may even bring up triggering flashbacks. But I continue to say poetry is a living, breathing trigger warning. Okay? Thou hath been warned. This is a true call and response space. After the poets get up here and they rip out a part of their being, they open up a part of their main veins to you, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you can let the community and the poets know that you are in here and that you have felt what they have expressed to you, right? Unmute yourself. Don't worry about the noise. It's the hypest night of the week anyway, y'all. This is when you can share your energy with the room. Trust me, all of the energy that you share with the room, the poets will share back with you in their poetry performance. So when you see this on your screen, unmute yourself and get belligerent. You know what I mean? It's Monday night. This is what we do. The list tonight is closed. All right. Sign up begins 24 hours before the open mic, which is Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. To sign up, you go to thenewyorrican.org, right? You click on full events calendar. All right. You click on the Monday that you want to perform on. You need an artist RSVP ticket. That's the way to get on the guaranteed list. All right. These tickets will not even populate until 24 hours before the show. All right. So make sure you are plugging in. The tickets are going quick, for real. Folks are in the building. All right. Also, in the brick and mortar, the Monday Night Slam hosted by the B. Woo! Going down, for real. Also, after that, the open mic hosted by Supreme in the brick and mortar. Coming up on Wednesday, Jay Rose hosting the Wednesday Night Slam. So this week, Thunder Lung Thursdays has been postponed to make room for From Poor to Rico. All right. So make sure that y'all recognize that. Listen, we won't necessarily be streaming on Thursday. All right. Because we're going to be making sure that we show the love to La Bruja, but we will be back. Thunder Lung will be back next Thursday. All right. Also going on Friday is the Slam with Jive. And after the Slam with Jive is the open room with Chevette. All right. Tonight's list. Look at this beautiful list of poets who have come to share all this magnificent energy with us. Can you believe it, folks? Let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Monday night. Oh my goodness. I cannot tell y'all enough how much I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful faces. Whew! It is truly the dopest night of the week. I mean, yes, I'm biased, but so what? So let's get to it. I will post the list shortly, but we already know, right? Usually the top spots belong to one of two folks. And this evening, we are going to be set off by the one and only Beanie Goddess in the building. Books on books on books. The one and only Deadpan Lizzie is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Lizzie, it's always great to see you. Set it off this evening. Come on.
Thank you. Beanie blessings to you, E, Ray J, and RMT in the community, and happy Pride Month. Got my rainbow bandana on my wrist, and the founders of the cafe were proudly queer. So thank you for the space to the founders. All right. This is called Rising Sun. Good night, parameters. Good night, femme. Good night, people pleasers. Good morning, truths. An aversion to Malibu rum was a stepping stone to my future. I spit out the not intoxicating elixir into the river of Styx, moving towards life. I was given a second chance, maybe more. They say I am lucky. I do not disagree. The moon shined over me as I walked the slow road to happiness. I took sips of content a scary fall evening. The worst hangover of my life turned into fewer aches. My brain no longer connects fully to Ms., sometimes mass, simply non-binary, an accumulation of everything. Eileen Beckerman famously wrote, "Love, loss, and what I wore." I love I can feel all genders. I lost many triggers, finally. I wear what makes me feel comfortable, unapologetically. I see shapes before I see reality. I see pain in those who cannot live honestly. I see ugliness in the ones who are afraid to grow. I see right through all of them. Good night, parameters. Good night, femme. Good night, people pleasers. Good morning, truths. Thank you. Beanie blessings.
That's how you say good morning to truth. That's what I'm talking about. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Deadpan Lizzie.
Yeah, Lizzie.
Thank you.
Lizzie.
Thanks, Lizzie. Good way to start
Thank you.
off tonight.
I
Really appreciate that.
I see reality. That's a powerful one.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Happy Pride Month to you.
Happy Pride. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Happy Pride Month. Thank you, Lizzie, for doing what you do, right? I see the shape before I see reality. Come on. Come on. Like, are we not seeing the same vivid colors of reality that we're all living in, right? If we can't recognize those things, then what are we really doing? Thank you, Lizzie, for setting us off as only Deadpan Lizzie can. Listen, y'all, Starship has left the building. We are underway. Let's continue. Thank you, Lizzie, for setting us off. Coming up next, the Count of Contact himself, the one and only Dapper Gent is here, y'all. DG Clearing. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online, DG. Always great to see you.
Great to see you, Elemental. So good to be here. You can find me at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe next Monday in person. I will be there for the slam, and I will be there for open mic. If anybody can make it, that would be just great. So I am excited to be in New York City and be at the cafe again. So hopefully we see a few people. I've got one poem for you tonight. Mason jars. Women wearing freshly pressed white blouses and long pleated green skirts stand next to men wearing brown tweed suits and yellow and red polka dot bow ties. Stand guard, protecting the contraband with axes and sledgehammers in hand of mason jars that are filled with distilled spirits of the bootlegger's thoughts, of the moonshine of our minds, pure and unadulterated words containing an infusion of letters that scramble to form sentences in apprehension of the fire water's intoxicating spell of inebriation, causing all those who take a drink of the white lightning, the mountain dew of literacy, and the homebrew of words to write truths, to tell tales of the known and the unknown, of people, of places, of things. With the swing of a hammer and a blow of the axe, the intoxicating spirit of the written word drains into the soil. And the P's and the Q's are left to rot in the open air of prohibition for all to see, as rum runners and word peddlers take chances, picking up the discarded letters and putting them back into the still of thoughts.
Did he do it?
Thank you, everyone.
Damn sure right, he did it. Unmute yourself, give it up for DG Clearing.
Good work, DG.
Yeah.
That Mountain Dew, man.
Way to go, DG.
Mountain Dew and shine. Mountain Dew and
Great to
shine.
hear you again.
Mountain Dew shine. There's a little Mountain Dew
Mountain
shine.
Dew and shine. Yes, it's a northern thing, I guess. I don't know.
This is what
Thanks, everyone.
I absolutely love about poets, right? DG Clearing just went all the way. Listen, this is the full extension of a poetic license, right? DG Clearing did that, right? He went white lightning, he went fire water, right? Of the bootlegger's thoughts, right? Protecting the contraband. The homebrew of words? Are you kidding? The intoxicating spirit of the written word. runners, and word peddlers. Damn it, DG. Listen. If there was a poet that I didn't know was a bootlegger, I would say, you know what? I would probably say DG Clearing. Damn it. Appreciate you, DG. That was beautiful. Appreciate you. The count of contact never misses. All right. Coming up next, thank you, DG. Coming up next, the Iron Chef of Poetry is in the building. Everything this cat serves up is always delectable. It's always just so on point and flambéed. The one and only Generalissimo is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online, Generalissimo. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Sorry, it's been a rough day. I'm going to read two pieces from my book. Everything I think is all in my mind. So, where is the first piece? Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong file. That's why. Here we go. The first piece is called "The Cover Man Cometh." I am a champion cyclist. Not bicycles, emotions, I do it all. Ups, downs, inside outs, round and rounds, hills, valleys, twists, turns, loop-de-loops, and half pipes. I actually bore a hole through a solid granite mountain to create a shortcut I used only once. Yes, I am a champion cyclist. My face has been on the cover of Psychology Today thrice. For the 3 times I have won the Tour de France by simply riding out anxieties. And this next one is called "Because Dervishes Still Whirl on Hotter Than July Nights." I am standing still, stagnating. While the world around me is swirling and twirling, my existence is being dizzy by whirling dervishes that may only exist in my imagination by virtue of anxiety or doctor-prescribed medication. I feel I've fallen into an eddy, drowning, trying to climb out, fingers helplessly gripping water droplets to no avail. But I am not in any body of water, except maybe a sweat-soaked pillow on an extremely hot, humid, unair-conditioned July night. I stand by my assessment that Stevie Wonder's "Hotter Than July" is undisputedly one of the top 5 soul music albums of all time. I am no longer 54, but 14, obsessed with Stevie's music, having tried tequila for the first time, having had 1 or 2 shots too many. My brother Paul walks me up 2 flights of stairs to my bedroom, pushes his drunken brother onto my bed, and walks away cackling like a Shakespearean witch. I'm on my back horizontally on a vertically oriented bed. My brain tries to instruct me how to reorient my head to my pillow. The ceiling starts spinning relentlessly like a possessed Wheel of Fortune minus a smiling Vanna White. But this is just a memory of a middle-aged man living in self-imposed isolation in a pandemic who feels like tiny tornadoes follow him around, selectively sucking any common sense or creativity left in his being out from his brain through his ear sockets without lifting his substandard mass into the airborne eddies. Maybe I should follow the advice of the mystic poets who advise to celebrate life by dancing instead of watching others dance. Become a whirling dervish in my own right, because the dervishes teach us if we teach ourselves to whirl and twirl, we are not culturally appropriating, but we have learned by watching them how to not let life make us feel falsely dizzy. Gracias, everyone.
Come on, Generalissimo. Damn it. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Generalissimo.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Love, love, love it.
I can feel that sweat on the pillow.
Oh, come on, DG. Right? Like the sweat on the pillow line, 100%. I felt that too. He said, I've been on the cover of Psychology Today thrice for writing out anxiety. Come on, man. Come on. Sweat soaked pillow, as DG mentioned, right? Like it was hotter than July, right? Cackling like a Shakespearean witch? Really? Really, Generalissimo? Really? A possessed wheel of fortune? Come on. Dancing instead of watching other people dance. That's what poets do. Right? We thrust ourselves into the music because that's what we're designed to do. Thank you, Generalissimo, for always sharing your incredible artistry and creativity with us. Always serving up something delectable. All right. Coming up next. Where is he? Listen, I could have swore I saw him. Where did I miss it? I see Gustav. I got him, Gustav. Listen, I used to do that. Damn it, I used to do that, right? And I remember those like, oh no, I see it. All right. Appreciate you, Gustav. We'll get to the maggots in a minute. Coming up next, I'm not sure if he's gonna be sharing time tacos this evening or not, but it is definitely time for our TES Talk. The gentleman that always raises the IQ in every room he goes into, the one and only Mr. Teza Somok is in the building, y'all. Unmute yourself, Mr. Tez. Let the folks know where they can find you online. I can tell you he's not your damn chihuahua. Make sure you're plugging into him. Please take it away, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Elemental. Good evening, fellow poets. I am mobile, so I'm going to turn off my video and you get the pleasure, displeasure of my voice. I am going to do another episode of Time Tacos. We are almost at the end of Act 1. Right before the end of Act 1, we have two preceding events. One is the refusal and then the inciting incident. So we're going to cover a piece of the refusal to do the time.
Okay, did we just lose Mr. Tess? Yes.
Mr. Tez, are you still with us? Can you still hear me, Mr. Tez?
No, he disappeared from Zoom, so
I know he said he was mobile. All right, no worries. No worries. We will come back for the time tacos. Hence the reason they're called time tacos, because they traverse the timeline. So we will make sure we get back to the time tacos. In between time, in the meantime, we will get to something that I'm sure the world is not ready for, but it's here. The Magus strikes again. This gentleman continues to bring the gusto from every corner of the world. Like, how many folks can say that they bring so much gusto to every part of the world that they touch? Listen, it's about to happen again. The one and only Magus, the Gustav, listen, is also collaborating tonight with another just jewel of our community. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. This collaboration is about to blow our minds. Are y'all ready? I don't know if y'all are, but here we are. Please, Magus, Lantern Carrier, take it away, John.
This is Bad Moon Rising, Prohibition, a collab between Lantern Carrier and the Magus. Take it away.
Moonshine is an illegal alcoholic drug, which may lead to a magical high. Yet when it is fast-tracked or brewed too quickly, it can have potentially undesirable results. Moonshine distilleries may not follow any legal obligations.
I see bad moonshine arising. I see trouble on the way.
They pay no taxes, may not have the mindset for health and safety guidelines, leading to brews possibly toxic to humans. Moonshine may lead to blindness and aggressive behavior, traits seen in some lawmakers, politicians, and the corporate few using the law to enforce practices which, like bad moonshine brewers, have not yet been thought through.
I see trouble on the way. I
They
see
want to
trouble on the way.
They want to ban books in an escalating culture war designed to hide the insecurities about the dark face of racism of over 500 years of enslavement and heinous crimes committed upon Black and Indigenous people in many countries. They target sexuality and gender by an escalation of censorship tactics, harassing teachers, librarians, authors, and more.
Here in Florida, DeSantis prohibits books. These politicians are fascist crooks, conflating factual education with communist indoctrination. They seek to destroy the public school system. We have no choice but to resist them. Their history is nothing but lies. This is no way to be wise. I see trouble on the way.
Like bad moonshine brewers, corporate actions come quickly and have not been thought through. They use overreaching laws leading to mental and emotional instability, lack of information through distortion of truth, breaking of civil rights laws and other injustices.
I see trouble on the way. I see trouble on the way.
One wonders why after so many mass shootings, we're nowhere closer to restriction of gun control, after chokeholds and victimization of so many African Americans, we are no closer to a just society. Proxy wars cost millions of lives and dollars in countries and continents around the world, causing mass destruction and suffering to humans who would rather live peacefully side by side with their neighbors, continuing to search for solutions.
I see bad moonshine arising. I see trouble on the way.
When the bad moonshine brewer fails to obey the rules of health and safety, a reaction is produced equivalent to the original action, an effect just as powerful as the original cause. This karma invariably awakes in the dehumanization of our world citizens, leading to accountable consequences for the abuser.
Abortion is completely prohibited in 13 US states. Abortion is health care. There is no debate. The folly that the US is the freest country is a bad joke. Women's rights under Dobbs have gone up in smoke, and marijuana is still totally prohibited in 10 states in 2023. This is ridiculous, as you must see. People have been smoking recreationally without any problems all across the country. I see trouble on the way.
We need prohibitions, laws that ban the excessive use of guns used in mass shootings, prevent the exploitation of culture and gender identity, reduce poverty, protect the rights and privileges of minority ethnic groups, and demand apologies for the mass atrocities of history and current inequity.
But you can't say gay in Florida schools, and if saying it makes one gay, but those are the rules. They want to otherize homosexuality, deny its very reality, call them groomers and make it scary. Of those laws, we must be wary. In this, the supposed land of the free, drag shows are prohibited in Tennessee. What is freedom if it's not for everybody? All races and genders and sexual proclivities. Why are drag shows forbidden to protect children when the guns that actually kill them are sold by the millions? I see trouble on the way.
The moonshine of love is an incandescent beauty which will always glow, as it is guided by light, not callousness, woven with compassion, not complacency, greed, or intolerance. It is not preceded by the word bad, and in fact, light only illumines, awakens, and inspires hearts, burning the dross of our ignorance. Love ultimately conquers. Let us elevate our actions for a more harmonious world. This has come to you with the voice of the Magus Gustav Salas, the illustrious soul, and London carryover from London, UK.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Gratitude, my brother.
experienced that, y'all, for real, in
Thank
real
you.
time. Unmute yourself, give it up for Gustav
Yay.
Silence and let's
Fantastic.
hear.
Amazing.
Incredible.
For that poem. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
We're done. We're done.
Yep,
you did it.
Yay!
Party
Wow.
done, party done. I'm going home now. Thanks.
There. Yep. Good job.
Listen,
Good job.
what I love is our community will let you know long before I do how magnificent both of you are as solo poets. And then you have the nerve to come to us in a collaboration with such a magnificent poem. Really? Really? Like, of course they want to ban books because poets are just, we are just so dedicated to the truth, right? The Magus mentioned communist indoctrination, right? And listen, I'm thankful for you, Gustav, because you heard it too, right? The Bad Moon Rising, you heard it too. You heard it too, and I appreciate you throwing that in there, right? I see trouble on the way, right? This is what I love about the poetic license. Dehumanization of our world citizens, right? Abortion is healthcare. Listen, fight if you will, right? It helps people, right? Current iniquity, right? Otherized sexuality. Listen, so many things. Make sure you are plugging into both of these incredible poets, mainstays of our community. They continue to do exactly that. Thank you for both of you for coming through and sharing that with us. All right. Mr. Tez, are you ready to rock out, sir? I asked you to unmute, just making sure. If you're ready to get down, sir, we will definitely make room for you.
I don't know if I have enough bandwidth, so I'm gonna do a pleasant gesture. You can pass it on to someone else.
Look. Thank you, absolutely, Mr. Tez. For those of you who are not aware of what that is, there is a member of our community by the name of Scott Pleasant. Shout out, great Scott. When you pass off your spot to someone else, right? The first person who had done that was Scott Pleasant, who said, you know what, I'm gonna do exactly what Mr. Tez did. He said, you know what, I'm gonna give my spot to someone else, right? And we said from then on, great Scott, we have a pleasant gesture. Thank you, Mr. Tez. We will make sure we plug someone into that spot. In the meantime, in between time, this next poet asked me not to highlight them. And I didn't, but I was damn sure ready because they did something that no other member of our community had done before last week. But I will respect your wishes, right? But again, I saw some incredible sign language that this poet did after sharing their incredible work. And they are back to share more of their incredible work. The one and only Undetermined Cause is in the building, y'all. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online, unless you're going to do the whole thing in ASL, which is totally cool. Please take it away.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at undetermined.cause. And I'm still weak from that last collab, and I'm not sure that I was meant to follow that, but that's okay. We fit where we fit. So the title of mine is Prohibition Limited Edition. When that hard shit hits my lips and inhibitions begin to slip, how quickly I forget. It's my choice to continue or to quit. New age kids taking rights for granted, harvesting the seeds someone else has planted, barely giving any thought to how our freedoms were sacrificially bought. One such freedom seeming minimal compared to historical atrocities deemed admissible. In 1920, Congress established prohibition, hoping to diminish America's alcohol addiction. Initially, we the people seemed to agree, but recounting with the shelves growing empty, ready to pay almost any price. Good citizens began to roll the dice. Recipes passed down through generations to avoid government laws and regulations began increasing production of moonshine. America, the land of opportunity and dollar signs. Although the crime was politically known, the streets were ran by mobs like Al Capone, while bootleggers were handling distribution. Doctor prescriptions became a secondary solution. Non-taxable income created an insatiable itch. The government ready to flip the switch. 13 years later, in JFK's right hand, alcohol is backed by popular demand. Politicians certainly concerned for our health, never driven by greed, money, or wealth, dosing out wisdom in limited edition, dependence on the governing physician. Thank you.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? When the poetic license comes out to play, you get poems like that. Unmute yourself, give it up for
There we go.
Undetermined
Nice.
Poets.
Nice
job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice
Love
job.
it.
Great historical
Well done.
account as well.
Yay.
Alan. You know what I mean? Look, and then this is what I love about poets, right? And the fact that they know that their poetic license is fully intact, right? And then listen, y'all are listen, I'm biased, of course. But listen, y'all are truly taking this theme to where I was thinking that it would go, right? They mentioned Al Capone, right? First of all, the title was even bomb, right? Prohibition, limited edition. Like, come on with the rhyme, right? 1920 went all the way to prohibition, right? The land of opportunity and dollar signs. Like, come on, right? And then alcohol is backed by popular demand. Like again, these are the things, right? When we think about, oh, you know what I mean? We see moonshine in the stores right now, and it's like got all these flavors and right, all this beautiful acceptability now. But at one point, it was a problem. It was a problem. So thank you, Undetermined Cause, for coming through. And we hope to see more of your ASL translations in the future. All right. Coming up next, our resident superhero. This poet continues to make room and space for other poets on multiple platforms, whether it be Society X or Twitter or Fincabulary. This poet is one of those poets. The one and only Finn Bell is in the building, who I like to call the daughter of Krypton. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
To Elemental. Thank you so much. You could find me on Instagram. I am Finn_Bell. So the other day, yesterday actually, Sunday, there was a workshop on Gazelle. It was by Rick Christensen, who is one of the co-hosts of SpoFest, which they hold every other Tuesday. I attempted a Gazelle. I did not perfect it. So this is called Sunday Morning Gazelle, not Gazelle. Two perfect opposing halves. Oh, and it's not so much the theme, it's more on the moon and less on the shine. Two perfect opposing halves will not match each other's shape. They will have edges that interlock and create something whole. Night caresses day with starlit fingers. He awakens. Day leads night to her bed and sings in her ear. She is content and whole. Heaven reaches through the lacing of silver clouds and grasps earth's hand. The trees brace them and know that it is together they are whole. Night caresses day with starlit fingers. He turns away. Day leaves night in her bed. Silence rasps her ear. She will stay whole. Heaven reaches through the lacing of silver clouds and lets earth drop. The tree's branches are brittle and lose hold, left to themselves, not whole. Two imperfect, melding halves mistake each other's curved shape. They will have points that repel and realize what cannot be whole. That's all from me. Thank you.
My goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Vinny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. You're a great teacher too, Finny. Great teacher.
Oh, powerful.
Wordsmiths.
Powerful thrown together words. Oh my.
Loving you.
Always.
Listen. Your community will let you know how much they appreciate your poetry and what you do. And then for connecting the edges that interlock and create something whole. Really? Like, because together they are whole, right? Right. It's that day leaves at night in her bed. What? Make sure you are plugging in with the resident superhero of our community, the one and only Finn Bell, always making space for other people. Truly appreciate you. From one superhero to another, I think we're going from DC to Marvel on this. Listen, we have now stepped into our sanctum sanctorum, because coming up next is the one and only Doctor Strange. Messiah Payne is in the building, y'all. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you, Messiah. Listen, this dude trains with the dopest, the greatest, for real. Take it away, man.
Thanks, Elemental. You can find me, Messiah Lorenze, Lorenc, on Instagram. I'm gonna attempt 3 poems if I have the time. If not, just me off. So the first is called Equity. It's about equality for all people. Very simple. The anatomy of a being, as sacred constitution impels, beyond the hollow locus of thought and into totality, where in the reflection of the universe we expand on the edge of God's word. The word, billions of galaxies, and further, universes, as eternal as my love is assured. Your mortality, your skin tone, your eyes, your persuasion of heart, though the source that is the spell of my soul, cannot mask what you are when tenuous perception comes undone, and infinity marks your form, slipping into the radiance of anthropos, or man as cosmic truth. We are not merely creed nor sex, and however awkward or perilous a fit this life might be, I love you because as a human being, beauty moves through you the way flowers in all their vicissitude radiate the simplicity of sacral life. From the amorphous garden of souls to the earth where we incline toward meeting our mystery in the eyes of another. Love has no ballast to support borders. We must love as one. And may we meet where God lives, on the precipice of understanding, our form to yield in the sight of love which is not ours, but that we share with the Creator, who looks on us as the holy children of a purpose, migrating effortlessly through beauty itself. Here is the second poem, if I can get it up. Here it is. It's called Palpitations. Without origin, subtle, like a heartbeat, a universe is born. And where salvation is an edict of transparency, honest lucidity, surrender to presence, there falls into place the phrasing of one's life into charged words that sound like they've been spoken immemorial as an echo of eternity. What has been, what will be, what always will be, and what appears never will be are the smallest reflections in time of God's prostrating meditation on life, penetrating the solitude of divine thusness. The serenity of God's extension of reticent power marks our minds, demanding wholeness. A thought, aeons in the making, birth from a mediation between psyche and emptiness, where God is psyche's emanation and beauty materializes like an effulgent lily, as impermanent yet profound as a baby's breath, finite on the eve of darkness, warm and inviting. A miracle of light supplants the blindness of the primordial beast. Do you see? A florid miracle of invention, necessity, as tacitly scintillating as full, restorative, and secretive as an anima. Where will it go? This microcosm of the universe dissolving into what? From where there is no beginning, so shall there be no end. In perpetuity, our eternity drags on, silent and necessary as blood. For when we meet on the isle of creation, dissolute, thriving on metaphor, we must ask, what is our universe, if not a symbol for the potential of life, even if it suggests life beyond what we know or can ever know? Creation asks that we adjourn together again and again at the port of transmigration and remember our brittle states under the force of timelessness. Where does this cycle go? Why this cycle if God commands that either we meet in heaven or suffer in hell? We have no touch on the pulse of the infinite. If God exists, then so must infinity. And where there is the infinite, there is a price of ignorance. In knowledge circumscribed to transience, the eternal will never shatter, though it is received in fragments. Mortality chafes against its limits. And here is the final one. It's called Your Body, the Center of Heaven Gravity. To delineate erotic suspicion, or perhaps even manufacture with unrelenting lust, this evening, as we move from a stolen gaze, brimming with promises of fealty, your eyes implore Venus's unfiltered resonance, to an embrace turgidly riveting any divergent sense incapable of casting you in an unassailable image of pleasure. Your mouth, a shattered refrain, your lips, saccharinely burying what my timidity portends, caresses my scars, now a cascade of life charges with the undiminished power of love's intrigue. If life that's barely recognized, your body be the ground that shares beatitude with the divine hearth just beyond my perception, carrying unrest from my body to the peaceful realization of mind, reality of Kama. We are joined at the Empyrean transition from genial midnight to stellar reception. Time shelters our physical bondage in a psychic landscape where the eternal perishes as I enter you again and again. As we go on, ecstasy surmounting infinity, your heartbeat, the pacing of mortal delight moving past its limit. Now we climax at the dawn of epiphany. The shadow of time is still, the moment of surrender come and gone. In your arms, I abnegate myself. In your mercy, I beg for more. Love and sex is a strange and sometimes sordid thing. At times we realize we were deceived, and other times realize we have deceived. In our arms together, love is reduced to life as it's meant for shadows, dispelled by ceremonious light. Without our passions be our shadows, and the light of agelessness is our embrace, our evening, as a solitary advent on the face of destiny, rollicking in heaven's center of gravity, removed from the sedentary grasp of reality's ancient measure, as we return again to rapture each other's bodies.
I told y'all, Zoom to Sanctum Sanctorum, because Dr. Strange is in the building. Unmute yourself, give it up for Messiah Bear.
Messiah.
I don't even know where to start. Hi. Yeah.
No, wow.
You.
Images
Good to hear
conjure just.
Some.
Oh.
Bruh.
Right. Like if that was not a damn time spell, I don't know what it is. So many lines, Dr. Strange, that you came through with this evening. When tenuous perception becomes undone, right? The phrasing of one's life, the serenity of God's extension, right? Permanent and profound as a baby's breath. Come on, man. Come on, man. And then in the title, he had the nerve to call it your body, the center of heaven and gravity. What? Like, time shelters our body in a physical landscape. Without our passions, we are shadows. Come on, Dr. Strange. Keep conjuring. Keep conjuring. Keep conjuring. We appreciate you. All of that power, all of that energy. We appreciate it. We need it. Truly. Before we move on, let me shout out a couple of folks. Shout out Mia Aguilera is in the building. Always great to see you, Mia. Truly. The Queen Thunder Lung is in the building, y'all. Ray Jane, host of Thunder Lung Thursdays, is in the building, y'all. Y'all know what it is. I did see the Jedi Master in here. Paul Skiff is here. Listen, if you don't know who the Jedi Master is, make sure you are plugging in with Skiff Graham. The one and only Poetic Desire is here. Appreciate you for coming through. Always, all the energy. Listen, shout out the Garage Poets who are checking in on YouTube. Truly, truly appreciate all the energy that all of y'all are conjuring this evening. It is just going around, and you will continue to feel it throughout the night. And of course, here comes the one that's going to turn it up. Coming up next, our resident flame spitter, the one and only Fireman, Fire for Fireman. Eddie Poetastic is in the building, y'all. Unmute yourself, Eddie. Let the folks know where they can find you online, man. Always great to see you, Eddie. Come on, man. Take it away.
Thank you, my brother, for number with words like thunder. Always nice to see you. Thank you for making me feel every color but blue. And thank you for your words. They stick like glue. So you know what I'm going to do? I push on poetry right on through. My name is Ed Poetastic. I'm feeling fantastic. Please get a time to go join my life off of Sublime. I got a poem. And it's called Drunken Fish. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chasing my blues away. And I'll be okay. I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I got friends in low places. Thank you. Please drink responsibly before you hurt your man or sweetie. Please don't get pulled over by a roaring hangover. Please know your limit for reality hits. This is called the Drunken Fish. A cup of Henny to make me sing like Whitney. A cup of wine to make me feel fine. A cup of beer to put me to joyful tears. A cup of Guinness to put me a stage of bliss. A cup of Blue Moon to turn me to a balloon. A cup of Bud Light to make me feel all right. A glass of martini to make me feel like Bond, sweetie. A cup of pina colada to make me feel the beach drama. A glass of grasshopper to make me feel like a show starter. A cup of Bloody Mary to make me feel like Dracula and scary. A cup of lager to make me feel a bit hotter. A cup of ale to make me strengthen my sail. A cup of Sally Adams to that was random. A cup of porter to make me feel in order. A cup of strout to make me hungry for trout. A cup of mead to make me loose like weed. A cup of Angry Orchard to make me put 1 foot forward. A cup of Corona to make me sing my Sharona. A cup of Budweiser to make me get much higher. A cup of Dos Duckies to make me feel at ease. If you don't drink, it's okay. Too much to drink, you can't think. Enjoy your days. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I drunk them all. It was college. The bars were singing. I was answering the calls. I'm not a pushover. Oh God, here comes the hangovers. Thank you.
Trust and believe no one wants to see the hangovers coming around. All right. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
Nice work, Eddie. Deal, baby. Hope you heal. You sound great. You sound great.
It's great to hear you,
Look at
Ray.
that great smile.
Yay!
Come on. Come on. Listen, I love that whole concept, Eddie, right? A cup of this to give me this, a taste of this to give me that, baby. I love it. Really, because it's such an endless scheme, right? I'm so mean with it. I can take that and do a whole nother scheme with it. Like that, like it's just so bomb. You know what I mean? Please drink responsibly, right? Because a cup of Henny will definitely make you sing like Whitney. Damn it, Eddie. Appreciate you, man. Really, a mainstay of our community. Make sure you are plugging in to Poetastic. All right. Coming up next, our brother all the way out in LA, I love to see this brother come through because he's always got something hot and fresh and ready for the folks. I very rarely get to see you though, man. So I am so thankful that you have pulled up on us this evening, man. The one and only Abraham Kamani is in the building, y'all. Come on, Abraham. Let the folks know where they can find you, man. Great to see you. Take it away.
Good evening, everybody. I know it's been a while since I've last hit up this open mic. You guys can find me on Instagram at The Righteous Poet, spelled WRITEOUS, for those who have yet to follow my page. And I'm gonna share two pieces. The first one was actually more fitting for last week's theme, but actually I didn't write it until after Memorial Day. So this one is called Freedom After Life. To the soldiers who have fell, may their names live forever, and loved ones here to tell of their sacrificial endeavors to save lives on the battlefield at the expense of their own. Precious blood they have yielded, flesh stripped to the bone, buried 6 feet in the grave. In the land of the deceased, the remains of the brave will eternally rest in peace. Free from haunting memories of the countless bloodshed, spared from reliving miseries of burying their own dead. For they are truly blessed to have freedom after life, but the legacies they left on this earth is a lie. That's the first one. And this one is called Gift of Power. With each day passing by, my existence is shortened. The longer his will for me I deny, the closer it is to being aborted. He created me with a purpose, a unique instrument to be useful. But often I have been of disservice to the world by being futile. Time has never been on my side, so I hastily pick up my pen, open my journal to write these words to my fellow men. No one can go underground as a place of refuge to escape, for that is where death is found, setting suns in its grave, never again to rise and shine, fill another heart with love, one so warm and divine, radiating from heaven above. So use your God-given gift of power. Bless others with your ray of light. Before death comes at any hour, remove your sun from everyone's sight. Thank you.
And you do just that. You truly do bless others with your gift of light. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Abraham. Come on in.
Abraham.
Good work, Abraham. Nice
Thank
job.
you.
Good to hear your words again. It's been too
Yeah.
long.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you, Abraham.
Wow.
Beautiful dedication too.
Yeah.
Right, Zokoto. Listen, if you're not familiar with the Righteous Poet, like you said, spelled R-I-T-E, this brother has been around for a while and he does a plethora of things. And I love how your eyes are always, dialed in to the real, really. The countless bloodshed, right? Like, how can you quantify that, right? Truly blessed to have freedom in the afterlife. I appreciate that, man. Trying to be a unique instrument to actually be used. So thank you. Thank you. Make sure you're plugging into Abraham Kamani. Hope everything is all good with you, bro. For real. Make sure you plug in with Abraham. All right, y'all. Coming up next. Y'all feel that? Right? The crackling, right? The atmosphere changing and shifting because there is a storm god in the building. The one and only atmosphere. Woo! Listen, he's coming, y'all. He's coming. I had the pleasure of being a part of his featured set recently. This cat does this. There are people who do it. There are people who do this. Storm God's in the building. The one and only Zone Conto is here, y'all. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online, Zone Conto. You know what it is, man. Take it away.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for blessing me with your poetry. I did not write to theme today, but I do have a poem that I thought I would share with all of you. And it goes something like this. Instead of giving flowers to the living, how about we start teaching each other how to grow rose gardens? Tell our children that a rose has thorns as its only defense against weapons formed against it. That if roses really meant to hurt us, they wouldn't tease us with their fragrance only to make us bleed. Because if roses were us, we would say, they're just human, let them be. How many flowers do you know have declared wars? And if it seems they did, wasn't it because some stranger decided to enter a garden uninvited, too distracted to see the trespassing sign? How many things do we put a fence around that would have openly spread their arms? But it is us who bear arms to keep out intruders, protecting the illusion that to have more is to be the happiest, yet barely walk in the gardens we keep from our neighbors. Wouldn't tell one flower from the next, content with the power of having discovered it first. Ignoring the poor gardener that tends the roots and steals shoots to replant in her backyard because she is perhaps the only one closest to the entire smell of God. My mother was that woman at one time. She grew flowers in her backyard too. I think it had something to do with how she could not surgically remove the love she felt inside, lay it on the operating table, and let it generate as much light as the darkest corners of the world were able to hold. And even our own fathers were too distracted searching for gold, preferring to dig down than dig deep into her soul. So her garden wilted in the sun, with no one seeing anything different regarding what its flowers had become. How their petals spread like colorful eccentric wings, which only angels can dream. How they showered naked in the sun's rays until their soft skin was a miracle of illumination. How even the queen bee admittedly entered my mother's garden discreetly, started her own hive in secret, too selfish to share the recipe. How the ghost of every bee still swam my mother for sweetness, and the ghost of every flower that wilted shields her smile with its petals, weaving a quilt made of every aroma which pries the spirit open to reveal its innermost garden, with no trespassing signs posted, except to leave everything the same way you found it. Thank you.
With heavy steps like that, there are no way you can leave it the way that you found it. No way. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Zone Conto.
Wow. So leave everything the way,
Just beautiful. Yeah, thank you.
leave everything the way you found it.
Listen, man. Listen. This is why I say this is why he's a storm god, because he changes the atmosphere in the room, right? So fitting for the theme next week about roses. But I love how it also connects to last week's theme and this week's theme, right? A thorn is just protection, right? How many flowers do you know have declared war? Are you kidding? Come on. Come on, man. Let's not forget the poor gardener that tends the roots, right? Because some people are, as he said, too distracted searching for gold to try to nourish the roots of what we're growing here. Thank you, Zone Conto. Truly appreciate your presence and all the energy that you continue to conjure. Telling you, them storm gods is a problem, y'all. Them storm gods is a problem. All right. One more poet, and then I'm going to pass it off to my partner in crime. Coming up next, this poet continues to come through with her incredible artistry. Listen, I've heard her one-word poems, and then I've heard her be the magnificent auctioneer that I did not know was resting comfortably inside her soul. But she is here. The one and only Marilee Johnson is here, y'all. Unmute yourself, Marilee. It's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you very much, Elemental. I'm going to try to talk fast tonight. This is called an off-putting tour of Central Park. Thank you everyone for coming on our tour of Central Park. I'm your tour guide, Dudley Do What, and I'll be assisted by Scout. He's wearing an Eagle Scout uniform plastered with every badge in the book. Good job, Scout. As you know, we're going to explore things most tour guides overlook. Yes, folks, these won't make it into Frommers. We'll enter the park here, and on our left is our first tour stop. If you look closely under this bush, I don't know what kind it is, not important. You'll see a collection of excrement. The local lingo would be shit. I don't know what kind of animals made this. It's a curiosity find. I see a couple of people are peeling off from the tour already, but don't let that discourage you. The rest of us will forge ahead. Go on. Scout, did you put the bird in place? You got a rubber chicken? It was supposed to be roadkill. Well, all right, put it in place and hurry. Okay, people, look over here to the right. It's a two-winged butterfly. No, I don't know what kind. What's important is it's two-winged. Jot it down. Now, up here on the left, Scout, there you are. People, if you could squat to get under these branches. Whoops, that branch just slapped you right in the face. Don't worry, Scout has Flintstone bandages. People often get injured on our tours. So under these branches, we often find, yes, there's one now, a flattened, well, that is, a bird carcass. No, don't touch. Yes, they often have that sickly yellow shade right after the death pallor kicks in. I don't know how this bird met its demise, a 100-ton gorilla, but it can't have been pleasant. Oh, I see a couple of bird watchers have left our group, but on your right is the Delacorte Theater where Shakespeare in the Park is staged. My God, must be a mistake in our itinerary. It's like a regular tour stop. Well, sure, go ahead and take a photo, but then we must be off to our next planned tour stop. Ahead is a spot where historically many people have crossed the road. I don't know how many or whether any chickens were among them, but for many years, people were crossing over this piece of land. I see we've lost a few more people back at the Delacorte, still taking pictures, including Scout. Well, no one else get injured. Yes, the three of us will carry on. The Delacorte dilettanti will miss the highlight of the tour. Let's see, is this the right tree? Yes, if you stand under this particular evergreen and look up really high, tilt your head, shade your eyes, yes, you can see it now. It's not always visible, but when the light hits in a certain way, nice when it happens during tour time, you can see the sun rays splaying through the branches. Now's the time to take pictures. You just can't put a price on nature, eh? But you can put a price on this tour. Thank you for your prepayment, but any tips you'd like to make now would be especially welcome. Our expert guidance comes at a cost to stay abreast of the latest unique happenings in the park, and we always strive to provide a tour unlike any other. Oh, thanks. I needed more quarters for laundry. Thank you. And thanks, a greenback. Don't forget the names Dudley Do What and Scout for the best and off the beaten path tours of Central Park. Good day. Don't let the tree hit you in the ass on the way out. Thank you very much.
Dudley Do what the hell did she just say? Unmute yourself, give it up for Marilee Johnson.
That was a
What a
beautifully
tour.
surprisingly hilarious one, man.
The tour I'm gonna have to take when I get there next week.
That's awesome. That was awesome.
This is what I truly love about poets who know and have fully intact their poetic license. Because Marilee just went completely Shakespeare in the Park with being a tour guide of Central Park. Like, it's not just regular tour spot, right? Especially if chickens were among them, it's definitely not the regular thing, right? And then she goes, wait, is Is this the right tree? Right? If you tilt your head a certain way and you squint your eyes, yeah, there it is. There it is. I love it. Right? Dudley do what? Damn it, Marilee. I appreciate you so very much. Make sure you are plugging in with Marilee Johnson, a mainstay of our community. Love it. All right. Before we move on to the one and only math, listen, before we get to black calculus, you need to, conjure your spirit before we get to black calculus. Man, I love that dude. I am going to pass it over to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay. What a great night so far. I still have that suspicion that you must be coordinating with those in the government or in society who are coming up with these days, like Moonshine Day today, so that way you can fit your themes to those days. Who would have thought of some of the poems that we heard today? Like, it's amazing. The call-up was amazing. Everyone was amazing. Merrily, your poem about Central Park was amazing. Merrily, I'm looking forward to see you on Monday. I know it's not a secret. We're going to see DJ Clearing there. I'm going to, instead of coming from home where I'm zooming in from now, I'm going to go to the cafe on Monday. I will have to go to the basement though to run the online open mic. But I'll be there, to welcome DJ, Merrily, and there may be some other people who come. I'm not allowed to say, who else will be coming to New York City, but just, that'll be an enticement. Come to New York City next week, if you can, and, go and see, whoever can make it, so I'm looking forward to that. Also, shameless private plug. So my name is Ron Mark Thompson. You can find me on social media at Ron Mark Thompson. My organization, Bronx Art and Fun Hub at BXAFH, sponsors a weekly writing. It's not a workshop, but it's like it's called a Sunday Writers Meetup. Marilee is one of the hosts and facilitators there. She alternates with Tabitha Adams every other week to lead our meetings. If you want to get some writing done, if you want feedback on your writing, if you need to get discipline and motivation, this is where to come out. You can privately reach out to me and, I'll give you more details. Back to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, where I am the tech assistant, both online and at some of the shows that we lead and host there in person. I'm gonna remind everyone again that this Thursday we will not be hosting the Thursday night online open mic. After the next performer, if Ray Jane is up to it, I'm gonna have you tell her about it again, just in case you don't believe me. But yes, we will be taking a break because this Thursday at the cafe in person will be the one-woman show from Puerto Rico, which was written, produced, originally also directed and acted by our executive director Caridad de la Luz, aka La Brua. Her show is returning to the cafe. It is very powerful. I've seen it a year ago. I've seen it at some of the other venues that she has brought it to. If you have not yet seen it, we actually we were at capacity, almost at capacity. We had to open up more tickets to make more space, for more people to come. So we have more tickets available as of this afternoon. So if you can make it, come on out. I know Ray Jane will be there. I'll be there, and again, whoever can make it, come on out and see her show from Puerto Rico this Thursday, 8 p.m. All right. Also, there is another special program this week on Wednesday, which is 2 nights from tonight, in person in the Nuyorican Poets Cafe at 5 p.m. Maya Williams will be leading a writing workshop on religion and mental health in coordination with the release of their poetry collection, Judas and Suicide. Tickets are still available for that as well. You can, we don't sell the tickets at the cafe site, but you can get the Eventbrite link through our site, and in the next performances I'm going to put it in the chat as well. So again, you can come out for this. Other than those special programs this week, we will be proceeding with our regular programs, which means it is the first Wednesday of the month, which means Beatniks online at 8 p.m. and Women's Orators Wednesdays at 9 p.m. In person at the cafe. Usually both of these programs are hosted by our executive director, La Brewer, but because she is rehearsing and preparing for her one-woman show, Beatniks will be guest hosted by our chief of staff, Nico Diaz, and the Women's Orators Wednesday in person will be guest hosted by Felicia Kate. Felicia is also our host of the Wednesday night open mic, which is in person all the other Wednesdays except the first Wednesday of the month. So if you can make it to either of those events, you're welcome to. You can read all of our programs, events, news. You see our website on the slide here, our social media handles. This Friday we will have the ASL Slam at 6 p.m., American Sign Language, and of course Jive Poetics Poetry Slam at 10 p.m., followed by the Twilight Open Mic hosted by Chauvet, which runs immediately after Jive's Poetics Poetry Slam, which ends around 12:30 to 1 p.m. It differs each Friday. Again, find that all on our social media. And I want to remind everyone one last time, this Sunday is the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. And yes, the New Rican Poets Cafe will be participating in the parade. For the first time ever, we have rented a float, and many of our team, staff, team members, poets, board of directors, community members, we will all be either on the float or marching next to the float. And as you have seen on our social media, we're also giving away 2 tickets for our valued community. You can win your ticket plus a guest. Those are the 2 tickets. If you go to our free raffle, you see the QR code on the screen. I'm also going to put it in the chat in the next few minutes as well. And if you obviously only enter the raffle if you plan to be in New York City on Sunday, it is free. If you win, you and your guest will be welcome to come with us to the parade, and you will also get a free 50-year anniversary t-shirt from the New Rican Poets Cafe, which is specially designed for that for the parade. The raffle closes this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and the reason it closes at that time because during Beatniks Online in Zoom and on our social media platforms, we will be wheeling the wheel and see who is the lucky winner. And Nico Diaz will also live stream it through our IG account. This will be the first time we're actually doing an IG live stream. So come on out for this. So this is all what's happening and coming up, this week. Again, there is a lot, keep joining us online on the open mics and the workshops that we have, and in person we love to have you. But let's go to our next performer, who is not only is he a maestro of mathematics and poetry, he is just super amazing. It's been a while since we last seen him, so I'm so glad you're back with us here, Mr. Maestro Mathematics, or Norm Maddox. Welcome back to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Remind everyone who you are, where we can find you, and then the floor is all yours. And I'm gonna ask you to unmute you again. I hope it works. Does it work? Uh-oh. For some reason, it's not working.
Is that better?
Now we can hear you. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you so much for the intro, Ron Mark Thompson. Yes, I have missed y'all, and that doesn't stop me from writing the poetry, so here it comes. This first piece is titled Equal. We are 2 immeasurable entities. We are one. Equal does not define one to itself. Next piece. Addicted to painless. A painkiller is a liar. Like after taking one, pain is supposed to be dead, the feeling gone. Like the 1,000 memories, the pain is forgotten, and of course, never forgotten. The body remembers even when the pain is gone. It has its own anniversary, wakes you from slumber like a bad dream, like a change in your gait where pain bloomed, taking refuge in a body that remembers even when pain was supposed to have been slain. The painkiller plays tricks on the mind, like by taking 1 or 3, the pain will be banished from this body, lulled to sleep by its absence. Like a dream that lasts all night long with nothing to remember afterwards. Slumber's relief is temporary. Waking brings the terror of where will the pain show up again? How long before the pain that is supposed to be killed rises from the dead, like a zombie, no memory of living life like normal, and pain less never was. No matter. The body remembers the horrible echoes when pain ruled the conscious mind that wants to forget. Another painkiller plays its dirty trick, like a bicycle you never forget how to ride. Peace.
How profound, how amazing, how we missed you. We needed to hear that. Everyone, please unmute yourself and give it up for Norm Maddox, please.
Oh, thank you, Norm. Thank you, Norm.
That was incredible. Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So good to hear your words again. Missed
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Amazing. Norm, please come back as many times as your schedule allows. You know, thank you so much. Oh, what a profound piece. Thank you for, you know, for writing and for reading this and the others. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. All right, before we go to the next performer, this is why I love our team at the New Regan Poets Cafe, because I saw that our multitaskers here, even though she's not hosting on Mondays, but while I was talking and promising you I'll put the links in the chat, Ray Jane did it for me, so I can save, you know, a few seconds. Ray Jane put all the relevant links to the From Puerto Rico show, to the raffle, which is still open for another day and a half, you know, for all of our social media links. Ray Jane, I love you. Thank you so much for helping me out. Ray Jane, just to make sure that, you know, because I know you usually host on Thursdays, but people like, you know, Ron, what are you talking about? Like, we want Ray Jane this Thursday. Like, we don't believe you. But let everyone know, why are we not seeing you this Thursday? Well, not online, because many of us will see you in person, though. And when will we see you again online, or usually on the online?
I mean, if you're going to be in the New York City tri-state area, you should really try to see me in person. I mean, I'm not, you know, talking too much about myself, but I'm just saying I give a good hug is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So if you need one, you should just come through. And what better place to come and what better thing to do but be inspired by our Emmy award winning. We've got an award winning CEO. Okay, we got an award-winning person that is leading this charge for poetry and creativity, and that is Caridad de la Luz, that is La Bruja NYC. Come through and get into Puerto Rico. And if you are not in the NYC area, please don't feel like we are abandoning you. We still love you. We're just not going to be here this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, but next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, you could catch us. And if you want to get on the guaranteed list, which is 20 slots, you can sign up 24 hours ahead of time. So same like here, you know, if you want to get on at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday, you sign up on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right? And same thing for Thursday. If you want to get on at 9 p.m. Eastern, you sign up at what? Yes, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Y'all got it. Y'all so bright. Thank you for allowing us to lead you, to be amongst you, to be beneath the beauty that is your voices and your words. And we hope to see you soon. So next Thursday, all right? Don't get on neweurekan.org. We trying to sign up for this Thursday. Go play yourself. I don't want you to do that, okay? I love y'all. Peace. Back to the poetry.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I love it. And we didn't even rehearse that, you know, she just like jumped in and told you everything you need to notice. And yes, please, if you're in New York City, come on out to our executive director's, you know, stage play. And Rachel, just to make sure that nobody accidentally signs up on first day, earlier today, I actually removed the Thursday night online open mic from this first day, you know, so that way there won't be any doubt, you know, and it's on for next week. And also, Rachel, I want to follow up something on Rachel, because some of you have reached out to me. They tried to sign up yesterday, you know, 8:58 p.m., 9:05 p.m. Some of you may remember 2 or 3 years ago, tickets for the online open mics went quickly. Like in New York, we would say hot bagels or pizza or something like this. So, you know, then there was a time, you know, we had to adjust. You know, this is why we had to, you know, cut down the limit from 4 minutes to 3 minutes, added a few more, added a good luck round, you know. But then lately, in the last 2 or 3 months, and this shows you the power and the graciousness of our two online hosts, Rachel and Elemen2al, you know, how we love coming here, you know, and I even if I wouldn't be working here, I still would come and attend and participate, because, yep, in the last few months, tickets literally within the hour, all artist RSVP tickets, you know, are sold out on quotation marks, because they are free. So if you want to get on the list for Monday on Wednesday or Thursday, sign up early. Luckily, if you miss out the chance on Wednesday evening for Thursday morning, for Thursday evening, Rachel does have a good luck round, and she always invites, you know, people to sign up for it, and even stays with us, you know, extra minutes, you know, after 11 p.m. Thank you, Rachel, for all you do. Thank you, Elemen2al. Before I hand it back to Elemen2al, we're going to go to our next performer, and this is why the New York Poets Cafe's online open mics has become international since the last 3 years. Mariana, one of these days when you are in New York City, you will let us know, you know, so that way we can probably hug and welcome you in person. Until then, we're going to keep seeing you online here. Mariana, I'm so glad you're back again. Let us know where we may follow you, and then the next 3 minutes are all yours.
Thank you so much, RMT. I'm going to definitely warm that hug up. Nice to see you, Elemen2al, Ray Jane, and poet friends from around the world. Thinking about this theme tonight, come to think of it, I've never met moonshine I didn't love, or more correctly, I've never met moonshine that didn't love me. Born beneath the full buck moon on a summer night filled with streamers like the 4th of July, I have always chased moonshine, bright dreams that move like fireflies. From small, I was always the first to rise when the moonshine through my bedroom window drew me back from the dream time. I raced into the night to play among moon shadows that embrace secrets, aspirations, and desires. My path has flown me across oceans where I have held my breath as moonshine crept across dark water toward my berth on the gentle bow of a boat at anchor, as the moon spilled silver like coins from the pocket of a lucky gambler. Ah, moonshine, fill my glass, for I know you will prohibit me nothing, and my thirst will never be too much for you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Well, that was the one and only Marianne Tell. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marianne Tell.
And that was wonderful. Wow.
We're done for the night. We're done for the night. That's it. It's over.
Amazing what you and everyone has done with Deep Moonshine. People's like, damn it, Elemen2al, why did you give us this theme? You know, it's like amazing, amazing.
Thank you, everybody. I'm glad you enjoyed it. A little bit of moonlight.
Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. The moon conjures so many things, right? And I love how, again, poetic license is truly and fully on display in our community. What you just displayed, Marianne, is why things evolve, right? Why these themes evolve into the astronomical poetry that our community continues to conjure. Thank you. And let's not forget, folks, Marianne is also an educator. Shout out to the educators. Truly, truly. Appreciate you. Truly. Real quick, one time, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron Mark Thompson.
Yeah, Ron.
Go Ron, go
Great job.
Ron.
Yeah.
Our hero. Thank you, Ron.
Oh, you make me blush. You make me blush. Thank you. Just do my job.
Like this again. I just happen to work with the greatest team in the world, right? Shout out to Queen Ray Jane. Shout out RMT. Listen, these folks, you know, you have seen them. You continue to see them throughout the weeks and you know, hosting and behind the scenes. There's so many things that we do to remind you folks that we love this space, that we truly love you as a community. And there's nothing that we would rather do than to be here with you on these nights. So thank you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. So thank you. All right. Coming up next. Did I miss? Nope. I see their smiling face. Coming up next, 1/3 of our Jersey Trinity, the author of the Chameleon Chronicles. This poet continues to change colors and blend in with all the poetry in the world. Listen, this poet you will see coming up as a feature of the Monday night online open mic. The one and only Terry Rose Jerkson is in the building. Unmute yourself, Terry. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Recently disabled Facebook account, now re-enabled with a new name, but it's my name, only instead of Teresa, it's now Terry Rose Jertson. So if you see me out there, every friend requesting you, please accept. I have a lot of trouble with social media. As soon as I get a lot of followers and a lot of friends and everything, they decide to cut me off because they're trying to silence my mouth, I think. And they're making up dumbass excuses to do it. So I'm not going to let them hold me down. I just keep coming back, coming back harder, come back stronger. Screw these people. They're robots. They're heartless fucking robots. Okay. So I have this from the book, The Chameleon Chronicles, people. This thing's still for sale. All right. So my only and first poetry book, I have in some anthologies, but this is from the book called The Chameleon Chronicles. You can instant message me on Facebook and Instagram on The Chameleon Poetic. Yesterday, my veins were filled with fire, screaming, drinking, room spinning, foot on floor to keep the room still. It's only a matter of time. Pray to God, if you help me get through this, I will never drink again. I'm sorry I abused my body. I'm sorry for every bad decision I ever made. Similar to all the other promises I made to God when things were getting crazy. I got on that ride, the green lantern, my feet were on the ground of the phone booth type enclosure that would soon propel me into the air. And upside down and backwards, my heart in my mouth. The vow I never made to ride another one of those damn roller coasters was broken again. Mistake after mistake, never learning my lesson. Is my life wasted? Will I just keep fucking up? Who will I pass my learning on to in this life? My children do not care to listen. And then I have this song that I like to sing. It's part of a song. It's not a whole song. And it goes like this. What's the use of getting sober when you're gonna get drunk again? Oh, Sam done something fine when he bought that good whiskey, beer, wine. I love my whiskey and I love my gin. Every time you see me, I'm in my sin. But what's the use of getting sober when you're gonna get drunk again? And I've been thinking, and I've been drinking, and I'm just about to lose my mind. And that's me. Thank you.
I can't tell you how much I love when poets infuse music into what they do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Terry Rose Johnson.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. What's the use of getting
Love it,
sober?
Terry.
You're just going to get
I love
drunk
it,
again.
Terry.
Mine.
You're awesome, Terry. Thank you for finding me on Facebook. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
So let me be clear. I'm not condoning any substance abuse other than poetry. Because we get intoxicated every Monday. Let's keep it a beam. We get intoxicated every Monday with every one of these bootleggers, right? Every one of these moonshine creators that come through with their incredible poetry that intoxicates us with one poem at a time. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? We're all poemaholics. Whatever. You work it out. You work it out. Appreciate you, Terry. Upside down and backwards. We truly appreciate you, right? I love the question though. You said, who will I pass my knowledge off to when my children don't listen? That hits home so much more than you can imagine, Terry. But thank you for sharing that with us. A mainstay of our community, make sure you are plugging in with Terry Rose Johnson. Coming up next, this incredible international phenomenal poet has been a part of our community for the past few years, has now gone into running and curating his own open mic. This gentleman all the way out in India is, listen, when we talk about energy in our community, one of the folks at the top of our list is this gentleman right here. Come on, Megas, with the book. The one and only Unmesh Mohidkar is in the building, y'all. Unmute yourself, Unmesh. Let the folks know how they can plug into you and, of course, your incredible open mic. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Sometimes it's the only day I'm writing nowadays. I'm not that regular because of the topic. Thanks, Elemental, for that. I am Unmesh Mohidkar on Instagram and Facebook. I have got an open mic, Let's Unmesh Live, every Friday, 9 p.m. India time. That is 11:30 a.m. Friday, 11:30 a.m. New York time. Please do join. I will put the links in the chat. And here we go. Dancing in trance. Never following the rules. Followers of the rules always follow them. The huts, cows, goats, dirt roads. The smell of cow dung hanging in the air. Thatched huts ruffling, responding to the erotic touches of the windy night. Moon, too drunk to appear tonight. The pots filled. They were ready, gathered in the dead of night. They started drinking. The smell, the intoxication, the forbidden fruit, making a deadly potion. The moonshine shining brightly in the absence of the moon. Imperfect tradition. In fact, illegal. They will stay alive even if they don't drink. Rules are the foundation of our society. They keep on evolving. They are not perfect. Freedom is fundamental, but freedom needs protection of the rules. Humans by nature are curious, inquisitive, egoistic, qualities that has brought us so-called progress. Unbridled intelligence, human or artificial, like unbridled horse, can never be trusted. By nature, it is looking for new avenues to explore, to visit places uncharted. Freedom is not wrong side driving. Freedom is not jumping from a tall building. Freedom is the elixir of life. But equality and guaranteed results can only be achieved by rules. Human ego thrives on comparison, loves to look down upon the other people, loves to rule the world. Right from the childhood, the stories of kings and queens conditioning the child, letting him know the intoxication of power. There are no answers. Questions aplenty. Forbidden fruit signaling clandestinely from the unending dark shadows of the faltering mind. Unending dark shadows of the faltering mind. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
The unending dark shadows of the faltering mind. That's not Unmesh Mohitgar. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Unmesh Mohitgar.
Great job, Unmesh.
Yeah.
You should smile over that. That was a good read. Thank you.
Powerful storytelling for sure.
I have been a member of this community for about 3 years. And so has this gentleman. If you are unfamiliar with the one and only Unmesh Mohitgar, make sure you are plugging into Light Shadow Life and Let's Unmesh Life in conjunction with his open mic, which is now Fridays, correct, Unmesh? It was Saturday mornings, right? But now it's Friday mornings, right? Okay, thank you for that. Make sure you are plugging in, all right? Really, truly, Unmesh is a mainstay of our community and continues to bring so much energy, crazy early where Unmesh is, right? The forbidden fruit making a deadly potion. Yes, that's what we do, right? Freedom is fundamental, but needs protection from the rules. The intoxication of power is truly intoxicating, right? Thank you, Unmesh, for being such a mainstay of our community. Make sure you are plugging in with Unmesh Mohitgar. That dude does so many things. All right. Coming up next, this poet connected to a poet that's coming later. Listen, this is probably the most powerful team that I know in real life or virtual. This next poet is a powerhouse, really. They are so uniquely themselves. I love when poets come through and just burn it down. and then have the nerve to be graceful with the shit. The one and only Black Swan is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online and how to possibly catch some of these feathers that you're about to drop on them real quick. Please, take it away.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Black Swan. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here. You can find me anywhere you can find CP Mays, but you can also find me, I'm on Instagram as at Sherika Swanee, and I'll put it in the chat later, and also on Facebook as Sherika Cole. So with that being said, I'll just go ahead and get right into it. I hope this summer to have more to offer you with my website and all that. So let's get it started. This one is called I Remember. I remember how when we first met, we folded into each other's concepts of what? Where have you been my whole life? How life was existing until life met you. How life was like, oh, like gasping, like life would never be the same ever again without you, without us. I remember when I first saw you, you were my first double take. Like I almost walked right by you. Then I looked again, I paused, I smirked. Then I still walked right by you. But you, my metaphor, put a question in my brain that I couldn't walk away from. That I couldn't walk away from. That I couldn't walk away from. And I was like, who is that guy? That guy with sister locks and geek glasses that were barely holding on by grace and tape and a lot of scratches. I mean, you really needed a new pair of glasses, and I needed a new heart. Seems like our paths were inevitable magnets and our connection was too. You walked away in that room where creating and editing ran amok. You were in desperate need of a graphic designer, and I was in desperate need of a hello. And just like that, best friends arose out of concrete. And out of concrete came a rose. So we rose in time, in line with our shine against all odds when the moon was full and Thanksgiving was too. We drove to South Carolina and drank peach moonshine until the lights shut off. And when I went to bartend, as others' lights shut off, we shook our heads and laughed at all the orders I messed up. There was always an inside joke between us, always some sort of glimpse that no one else could see, always a double take, always a little light, a little dark, and a whole lot of shine. Thank you.
Y'all just don't know how absolutely beautiful. God damn it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Black.
That was
beautiful.
amazing.
Oh, that was so beautifully
Always
written.
a double take.
We rose in time in line with our shine. I love
Always
that.
a double
Wow.
take, yeah.
No, that's super.
Oh,
That's powerful.
peach shine.
That was so beautiful.
Double take. There is nothing more beautiful. And correct me if I'm wrong, Swan, but there's nothing more beautiful than a queen recognizing her king. And that was just, it was just magnificent. Like, I'm not gonna get emotional about what you just did right there with the cat in the next damn room. I'm gonna yell at you in a minute, damn it. Listen, that truly is. And listen, for y'all who don't know, right? As Black Swan said, you can find them anywhere you find CP Mays, right? Because they are the new, they are the power couple, right? We know Jay and Bay. Yeah, we got Black Swan and CP Mays. So listen, this is right. We go on ape shit. Every time they show up, we go ape shit. Appreciate you, Black Swan, for what you do and everything that you do. Fold it into concepts of what? Like, come on, like everybody caught that. Are you kidding? Concepts of what? All the way in South Kakalaki drinking that peach moonshine. Yeah, we got all that. You, my metaphor, put a question in my head that I couldn't walk away. Make sure you are following Black Swan. Make sure I'm plugging in, right? I really needed a new pair of glasses. You did, but I needed a new heart. Damn it. All right. Appreciate you, Black Swan. For real, for all that you do, for keeping the homie and just listen, for continuing to push forward in our craft and at a high level. Appreciate you and all of your presence, truly. Coming up next, this gentleman also runs his own open mic. I believe it runs on Tuesday evenings. And he continues to highlight poets in our community, giving them the time to shine in all the space that they need to spread all of their creative expressions. The one and only Dane Ince is in the building, y'all. Host of Time to Arrive. Please unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Dane, it's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Okay. Great. Thanks very much. Wonderful to be here. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Abdul Kenyatta, storyteller, not to be missed. In the depths of night, liquor, moonshine gleams, kissing a woman's moon, a passion untamed. Desires emerge like whispers in our dreams. A dance of shadows where inhibitions teem, a taste of the forbidden, wild and unrestrained. In the depths of night, liquor, moonshine, gleams. Beneath the moon's gaze, love's essence beams, an intoxicating elixir, perfectly named. Desires emerge like whispers in our dreams, exploring boundaries where darkness redeems, embracing the forbidden, a seduction unblamed. In the depths of night, liquor, moonshine gleams, yet caution lingers like a flicker of moonbeams, for what is sought may lead to paths unnamed. Desires emerge like whispers in our dreams. Moan softly if there be danger in the shining moon. Come here and I will listen to you and kiss you. In the night's embrace, our love will rise and swoon. Whispers of caution in the moonlight's croon. But fear not, my love, my heart is true. Moan softly if there be danger in the shining moon. Let the world fade away like a distant tune in our sanctuary where dreams come into view. In the night's embrace, our love will rise and swoon. I am here, my dear, in the silence of this room to hear your fears and make them few. Moan softly if there be danger in the shining moon. Together we will face whatever may loom, defying the odds. Our love will see us through. In the night's embrace, our love will rise and swoon. So come closer, love. Let the moments commune in this dance of souls, forever me and you. Moan softly if there be danger in the shining moon. In the night's embrace, our love will rise and swoon. Thank you.
You know, when I first heard this poet, I would have never, ever guessed that he would have written something like this, but it just shows the incredible spectrum that poets have. Truly. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dane.
Good work, Dane.
Dane does.
Beautiful
Thanks,
writing.
Dane.
Beautiful writing.
Awesome.
Wow.
And listen, I don't know if you're familiar with the mainstay that is Dane Ince, right? But my introduction to Dane Ince was something so very far from what we just heard. But I love the fact that he can do exactly that. This is why I continue to say this is the greatest community in the world, right? And with every ounce of poetic license intact, believe it, because we can write about everything from every single angle of the spectrum, right? Let the world fade away like a midnight tune, right? Whispers of caution in the moonlight's croon. Are you kidding? Come on. I am here, my dear, in the silence of this room. In the silence of this room. We know what it is to control the crowd, but in the silence, you will find it. Thank you, Dane, for being a valued mainstay of our community. All right, y'all. We have come down to the last 5 poets of the evening. And these 5 poets are going to make sure that the rest of your week has so much energy. I promise you on that. So let's get to these. Let's get to them. Oh, I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead. No. I need you to get all your scruples there, Marine. Get it all together, brother. I need you to get it all right. Coming up next, the razor blade shave with, the one and only, our resident jarhead, my brother, who has reminded me that 6 degrees of separation is nothing more than a figment of our imagination. The one and only CP Mays is in the building, y'all. Unmute yourself, bro. Let the folks know where they can find you. You know what it is. Take it away.
How's everybody doing? Shout outs to the poets and writers that came before me, because y'all are super dope. Yeah, like Wifey was like, okay, are we gonna write new poems? I'm like, okay, we're gonna see what happens. She finishes her poem, comes at me and was like, hey, I finished my poem, you want to read it? Like, I'm trying to brainstorm here. Like, what are you doing? Like, we having a conflict of interest right now. Like, are you trying to show me up on a new piece? So I figured I'd do something different. It's called Hometown All-American. This hometown All-American has a cannon for an arm, a fruit roll-up and 8 glasses of milk a day for an addiction, rush more yards than all the neighborhood drunk drivers and neighborhood hookers combined, was raised on poverty, failure, audibles, and apple pie since he was knee-high to his father's Oxycontin and crystal meth addiction. When it comes to 4th and inches, fumble of failure, 10 folks of John Deere focus under them their headlights because it's fuck it. Foes will find more success finding Waldo before a foe will find him playing possum or playing chicken, second fiddle or second string to any fly-by-night stranger's drive. Hometown, high school, all-American, praise and faithfully worships in Sunday school and through OC now Uncle Joe's shotguns whenever 10 folks young, old, as slow as illiterate and alliteration, older stuttering cousin Scooter stutters up cope and dip hay and spits over by yonder railroad tracks, down past dusty back roads where filters and bones of cowboy killers lay bleached with whiskey bourbon bottles and moonshine mason jars bellied up. High school, all-American against all odds, and tonight several Southern Baptist bastards who bully non-varsity legacies like, if you ain't Letterman, then best believe that damn their youngest boy Scooter, he's outhouse bass aquas bodice, slow as a sundial and a hot damn rock attached to a leper, or simply enough, hometown Aldo heroes wear shoulder pads. He's driving up that field, surpassing letdowns and failures, swore never again to fall country short of a spiritual re-up or looking back. No, it's an audible rattlesnake mean like a Midwest middle of nowhere field of dreams. It's just another Friday midfield night minus the cheerleaders, minus the fact that however this game of life goes wrong, my doc is at least a tomorrow and a TGIF 60-mile stretch past midnight away. No airbags, no shoulder pads, driving up that field of life like a fuck a Saturday and a damn SAT and a score and a frugal ass old Fannie Mae chest plate pumping pistons like Uncle Joe's rattling engine mounts, F-150, I formation, quarterback faith, future at fullback, running backs of failure in motion, future Heisman Trophy quarterback, willing to risk though trailer parks full ride, big leagues, signing bonuses, Super Bowl rings, cause his mama sweet tea is the nectar of the gods round here, and that shit ain't gonna be found in no standardized test, boy, cause year after year, too young to be hoisted up as if Homer to Odyssey, as if Odessa to year after year after year, recarving Carla's name's initial into a redwood where they first kissed to remind both nature and himself that in this game of life, the things that you love should never be allowed to simply fade away. Blow the whistle, referee, and pass me my goddamn moonshine. I don't know if that was a poem, but that's, yeah. Thank y'all.
Let the church say, God damn! I mean, just go give me that for
Bring it out.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's the energy right there.
Oh,
Find Waldo.
Me.
Poor fool will find him playing possums.
Thank y'all.
you rock. Ah,
That's dope. That's a dope.
yeah.
I mean, listen. A couple folks caught it right. Right. We got 2 versions of Maze. Right. We got the 360 Maze. Right. With the 2 cameras converging. Listen. I told y'all. And then listen. I don't know if it's good or bad when two just worlds collide, right? And they challenge each other. We get magnificent poems like that, right? We get a sun and an earth that collaborate, and we get magnificent poetry, right? I'm not gonna get emotional by how magnificent this entire community is. But y'all continue to remind me and the founders and the essence of poetry that we are still here doing it at a high level. From Deadpan and DG to all the way to D. Allen, who's closing the evening. Trust and believe. And every single person that I shouted out in here who's not on the list, trust and believe that all these people, every single one of them, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, all of you are helping us to help poetry move forward. Appreciate you, Maze. You're fucking ridiculous. For real. F-150 I formation. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, trailer parks full ride. Like, come on, man. Come on. As I said from the beginning. And then shout out to both of y'all for the new shit. Like, listen, again, they're the enigmas in this world. Thank you for both of y'all for challenging each other and sharing it with us. Truly appreciate you. Coming up next, this poet brought the party all the way from Minnesota. I cannot wait to hear what this poet is going to share. I love when this poet shows up because they always come through with energy, because they're always enthusiastic to share the poetry with us. The one and only Liz Manette is in the building. It's been too long, Liz. Let the folks know where they can find you. Please take it away.
All right. Well, I'll put my Facebook handle in the chat afterwards, talking about visiting New York. I'm going to be in New York City end of June and for work, and I'm going to be in Brooklyn and everything. So I'm going to try to make it to the cafe if I can, just anyway. This is called Visiting Graham Parsons' Grave, Metairie, Louisiana. A jam jar of moonshine, XXX, is gifted upon his grave. I tell my fam waiting in the van about the shine, and I get a group cackle in response, and they say he's got shine on his grave. The lid containing the shine, the color of a silver shoe. The green silk of my cousin saying, I feel your need to be alone with him. I am now in the New Orleans heat, the Garden of Memory Cemetery next to the mural of the Last Supper. Were they drinking shine? And I'm without really anything to say because I'm finally here. Because I'm finally here back in Minnesota, land of 10,000 jam jars of shine, sharing with my guy an iced cut glass of Tim Smith's mixed with Mountain Dew DJ clearing. Salt it up, you salt it up and shine, shine, shine. Thank you.
Oh, shout out to Counter Contact. Come on, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Liz Manel.
Nice work, Liz.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thank
You
you.
put the wrong name in there. I know you're Liz from 10,000 Lakes.
Yep. Thank you.
Listen, this is, again, which is why you'll continuously hear me say, this is the greatest community in the world. 10,000 Lakes. Listen, she said, Triple X gifted upon his grave. He's got shine on his grave. You know where that automatically took me to? I wonder. I wonder if anyone else can know where I went with that when she said he has shine on his grave. Anyone? I was thinking Edgar Allan Poe. That people come to his grave every year and bring him alcohol. I don't know if you folks are aware of that, but every single year people come through on Edgar Allan Poe's birthday and bring him alcohol. So I absolutely love that, Liz, that you said, you know what I mean? That cat's got shine on his grave. 10,000 jam jars of shine. Listen. 10,000 jam jars of shine will definitely chase away a whole lot of darkness. Thank you, Liz, for sharing all your incredible light with us. All right. Final two poets of the evening, y'all. Coming up first, listen, I recently had a conversation with this gentleman, and I told him that I will henceforth refer to him as the International Man of Mystery. Make sure you are standing at the position of attention when you salute this incredible American hero. The one and only Mr. Speaker is in the building. Unmute yourself, bro. Let the folks know where they can find you online. You know what it is. Shout out to Graybeard. Shout out 757. Come on, man. Take it away.
All right, let's go. Things an alcoholic would say. While walking around or during the course of a normal day, here are just some of the things an alcoholic might say. Can I get a mimosa for breakfast? This drink is watered down. I come from a long line of alcoholics. I need a Bloody Mary for lunch. I cannot taste the liquor in this drink. I need a drink just to get my balance. Do they serve drinks here? Alcohol goes with everything. I still cannot taste the liquor in this drink. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Can I have another drink? I hate to drink alone, but I will. More for me. Waitress, I cannot taste the liquor in this darn drink. Beer is not a drink, it's just a chaser. I've only had 2 drinks, officer. Where is the nearest liquor store? Bartender, there is no liquor in this drink because I can't taste it. I'm not drunk, I can still drive. Hey, that's for quitters. I am never the designated driver. Did I just do that? Did I just pee on myself? What happened last night? Who made this drink because I can't taste the liquor at all? Does McDonald's serve alcohol? I love you, man. I hate you, man. I need a drink. I'm about to throw up. I will never drink again. Meet me at the bar. why can't I taste the liquor in this darn drink? I am not calling you an alcoholic today. I am just trying to convey a few of the things an alcoholic might say. In peace.
Listen, that's just not even cool, man. Come on, unmute yourself. Give it up for Mr.
Speaker, thank you, thank you.
So true.
Very beautiful
Yeah,
observation.
everything you're
Like,
saying.
brought-
Yep.
brought from almost every
Yeah.
angle.
I loved
That's
it.
powerful.
I loved it.
What was that drink? Was it whiskey? Was it sex on the beach? Like, what was in that drink that just wasn't
Sex
strong
on the
enough?
beach with a fuzzy navel, right? Yikes.
Quit drinking
Listen,
wine coolers.
listen, that poem right there, it just hits differently depending on what time it is in your time zone, right? Because it said it's 5:30 somewhere. Right? Listen, beer is not a drink, it's a chaser. Unless you're drinking Guinness. He said, does McDonald's serve alcohol? Listen, the day that McDonald's starts serving alcohol, it's something else going on in the world, okay? Appreciate you, Mr. Speaker. Oh, listen. He said overseas they do. Beer McDeezy? What do they call it? Right? Is it a McMicrobrew? Like, I'm just saying, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Truly for coming through with all of your magnificent artistry. Really, y'all really make this thing really, really work. Okay, so before we get to our closer, I see another one of the poets that was on the list has come through. Oh yeah, I'm coming at you, brother. Yeah, you stepped in right at the right time, right before we get to the closer. Yeah, I see his magnificent smile. Bet believe it. Before we get to the closer, coming up next, this incredible poet has also featured the other resident storm god, I should say other two, right? Like D. Allen said, we got the other storm god. We'll get to that. This gentleman has also featured our resident storm god Zon Konto in his own platform, and I'm telling you, he runs an incredibly just calming and soothing private flight into poetry. Connected to the spirit of what we do. Truly, the one and only Raw James is in the building, y'all. Unmute yourself, brother. It's always great to see you. Let the folks know where they can find you. Please, take it away.
Thank you, and I apologize for my tardiness. It's the waning hours of my birthday, and my family had a little surprise dinner and cake, and then I was dealing with one of my nephews in Atlanta, just trying to help him through some muddy waters. So my apologies. I thought I'd be here at least by 9, but I figured the family would be running late. Anyway, I'll shut up and spit a couple of pieces, and then let D do his thing. So, but thank you for those kind words, and yeah, it's good to be here. I'm going to share a new piece that I wrote yesterday for the Academy of Ethics, which is a think tank organization out of India that they've invited me to be a part of. We had our first gathering, and I did the keynote address on my views on ethics and trying to remind people the balance of life and the duality that we live in. So I opened that talk with this piece. I'll share that with you, and then I'll share one other. And this piece is called, excuse me, This Paradigm of an Imagined Illusion. In the realms of ethics, standards are the light. Shadows dance in the radiance of your soul. In truth, nature grants equality to all souls. And as I was commanded to take up my pen, to weave the essence of life into poetic form, and through bloodshot eyes, I am lost in a haze of scattered emotions. Hope resides within the skeptical judgment. Justice eludes the confines of right and wrong, but the true path lies deep within. With your words brilliant like stars, she implores me to capture the richness of all of life's experiences, to feel the chaos within the stillness and stride with balance the soul's desire. Within this paradigm of an imagined illusion, the true intentions of our heart illuminate. For life transcends beyond mere survival. For embedded within, virtue is a lighthouse, guiding our choices on this intrinsic journey. End of piece. And then this last piece is, I don't know, I think I wrote this last year, but finally got around to doing some work on it. And it's called In Yah's Grace. My hands reach high to touch the heavens, seeking to capture the thunder in the clouds. In the moment, I surrender to the discomfort as I accept the stoic joy abound. I've peered past Medusa to find wisdom's gate, to be grounded over my bridge of troubled waters. With the earth firmly underfoot, my lungs inspire air at the crossroads. I stand contemplating my next steps. Conformity expectations challenge my newfound sight. Perception disguised as old ways of comfort. Illusions play out, roadblocks cast in the fading light, reminding me that the dark clouds hold silver linings. Embracing the unknown, accepting my limited gaze, I tread on a winding road with no return in sight. My soul's contract set in stone, lessons still to unfold as I linger. Comfort takes flight amidst the madness. So onward I press, hands still reaching for the heavens. The road may seem familiar, but fear's whispers persist. Yet faith lifts my doubt into the grace of Yah's silence as I plant one foot before the other, truth in my stride. I'm ready for the unknown that lies beyond the horizon. In the light of this transformation, my new skin unfolds. Undeterred, I travel forward. Distractions I disown. I am grounded in gratitude for my sails poetry holds. End of piece. Thank you for your indulgence and patience, family. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Raw J.
I'm gonna have
Amazing.
cake
We're all
cheese.
so good.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Blessed birthday to you.
Wow.
I'm having cake for you guys, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Distractions I disown. Distractions I disown. I love when people really dig into what we do, right? Peered past Medusa to see what? I peered past my soul's contract is set in stone, right? Read the essence of life into poetic form. I know I'm biased. I know I'm biased. I'm a fan. I'm a student. I'm a lover. I'm a poet. But damn it, when poets come through and do that, like, how could you not be excited? How could you not? Thank you. Thank you, Raw. That's how you show up, right? You come in, it's like, oh, damn it, I'm sorry, right? I just showed up to the game late, but I'll just hit this home run for y'all, and we'll just score a couple runs real quick. Appreciate you, Raw, for real, for coming through, really. Real quick, before we move on to the closer of the evening, please unmute yourself and give a great and wealthy happy birthday to one and only Raw James. Please.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Raul.
birthday.
Birthday, Raul. Happy
Happy birthday.
Not bad for 62, eh?
Hey,
Little brother.
come
Perfect, 38. Perfect.
on.
Perfect.
Come
Happy birthday.
on.
No, thank you. Seriously. Thank you
Great
for the
cake.
love, guys. Thank you.
Listen. Thank you for sharing this day with us. Right, like you said, you shared it with your family. But thank you for sharing it with the other part of your family. Truly, it is our pleasure to share in this great day with you. You are a blessing to your family and our community. So thank you. All right. Closing us out this evening, our brother from the West. Shout out to East Bay. I got a chance to review this brother's upcoming work, and I promise you it is going to be incredible. The one and only D. Allen is in the building, closing us out this evening. Come on, D. Allen. Come to the microphone, man. You know what it is. Let the folks know where they can find you, man. Take it away.
Let me give a big rousing happy birthday to the man from Canada who just delivered those 2 killer new poems, Mr. Raul James. Happy birthday, bruh. Enjoy the rest of your special day. And let's welcome back Abraham Kamani. I'm only going to do one poem for 3 minutes in the spirit of World Environment Day. This is a new poem called Shinrin-yoku. The Japanese have a bizarre name for an activity I indulge in, forest bathing. Considering this off-kilter term, I do enjoy immersing myself in a pool of bay laurels, swim past white alders with strides of my feet. Around evergreens, I make broad strokes, swim through rows of live oaks, paddle, but figuratively, into redwood groves, sit on a rock's woodland's edge and soak and catch precious breath for a bit. Ears are open within their range, recurring breeze caresses maple leaves, birds trill high from proximate trees, rabbits' movements in the brush, dead cedar's leaves crunch under my sneakered feet, curious hands feel fresh soil, embedded pebbles, dewy grass, and clovers. Sizable body of eucalyptus split at the lowest trunk, no doubt caused by fierce wind and rain. Shed bark as always. Don't touch that poison ivy unless you want warty palms. You could say I dig bathing in the forest without the wetness. Personally, I would call it diving deep into the standing green. And that was a new poem called Shinrin-yoku for Nana Boteng and Oksana Mauricio, AKA Nuria Butterfly. And Shinrin-yoku comes from the Japanese language, meaning forest bathing. My favorite activity. From this mic to your ears, I'm D. Allen. Thanks for listening. Enjoy what's left of World Environment Day.
Yeah, we all just experienced that at the same time. Unmute yourself. Give it up for D. Allen.
Always good to hear you.
Not enough snaps. Wow. Not enough snaps. Just,
Beautiful poem.
I love it.
Thank you, DL.
So
yeah,
this is what I truly love about our community, right? Again, from the very beginning to the end, from the opener, right? Deadpan Lizzie to the closer of D. Allen. These are the moments. These nights define how much we are dedicated to what we do. Thank you. You could be so many different places, spending your time in so many different areas, but you have chosen to spend it here, plugging into your poetry and your creativity. Thank you for reminding the world that you are who you are. right? Eucalyptus, right? Bathing in the forest without wetness. Come on, man. Come on, man. You are amongst a forest, right? We bathe in this beauty of creativity every Monday, every Thursday, because you are amongst gardeners. We plant seeds of inspiration every single week. And I cannot thank you enough, all of you. I love all of y'all, truly, because you continue to show up. You continue to bring brand new, you continue to show your poetic license every single week. Thank you is not enough. I love you is not enough. I appreciate you is not enough. But I'm going to continue to say it because you need to know how much we all love you, from the very first person to the last person. All of you are just so magnificent. I thank you for hanging out with us the entire time, right on the hypest night of the week to jumpstart the rest of your week. We will end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Monday night with you. Until next week, peace, y'all. Blessings.